Minister's soft-on-crime agenda just keeps on rolling. First, he stopped GPS tracking of sex offenders and other violent criminals. Next, he gave vandals and thieves 2 free passes. Now he's cutting enforcement against drug dens and prostitution houses. The Safer Communities and Neighbourhoods program was doing a great job targeting and cracking down on crime. That is until this former Liberal staffer Justice Minister and his progressive crime agenda began to take shape. To the Minister, doesn't he realize his new hug-a-thug approach is just putting our neighbourhoods at risk?
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. And again, just as we had last week, very little of this member's statements is true. But since the member talks about being a Liberal, I suggest maybe he looks to the woman in a red jacket who once their leader, who called on City Council to set up a red light district, or his own party, which called for less enforcement at Highway 63, or his own party again, which opposed cracking down on drunk drivers, Mr. Speaker. That's the Liberal agenda there.
Mr. Speaker, again to the Justice Minister, given that the Safer Communities program was achieving results and making our streets safer, and given that these criminals aren't just going to go away because the minister isn't doing his job, precisely what are you doing to protect our families from drugs and prostitution now that you've axed this important program?
I'll tell you right now, Mr. Speaker, what we're doing. We're keeping cops on the street. We're keeping prosecutors in the courtroom, and we're adding 2 new judges. You think that a lawyer of so many years' experience, like the member for Lackleby St. Paul Two Hills, would get behind this anti-crime initiative instead of spewing rhetoric in this chamber?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Again to the Justice Minister, given that under your watch you have cut monitoring and enforcement against sex offenders, vandals, thieves, and now drug dealers and pimps, how can Albertans trust you to do your job, protect our streets, and put victims of crime first?
Mr. Speaker, we have done no such thing. All of these items are still strictly prosecuted. There are consequences in this province to crime. And I want to promote also that it was this Premier who started the Civil Forfeiture Office, which takes money out of the hands of organized crime and into community-based groups where it belongs.
Calgary.